Hi, my name is Jesus Brojas. I'll be introducing our topic to the debate. We will be arguing against premarital sex. Everyone wants to have sex before marriage nowadays, but don't know the precautions and effects. Premarital sex is sexual activity practiced by people before they are married. Premarital sex was considered a moral issue and considered a sin by a number of religions, but since the 1960s, it has become more widely accepted into the coming years. Our presentation includes the Golden Rule, religion, justice, suicide rates, STDs, abortions or unplanned pregnancies, and benefits of marriage sex.
Hey y'all, my name is Jonah Carrasco and I will be presenting the second slide. The second slide is the Golden Rule. The Golden Rule is the principle of treating others as oneself would wish to be treated. Um, so the difficulties of premarital sex. Some of the difficulties are unwanted pregnancies. Sometimes you might slip up and, you got a baby. You have the options of having, abortion or adoption. That's all on the table too. Another one is sexually transmitted diseases. That's something that nobody wants. It's a very bad thing. Potential emotional trauma. This is big because you can ask, but it's my body, not yours. Sure, you're not religious, so you don't have to live by the rule of having it. Or you practice safe sex and you use it as pleasure. That might be the case, but does your partner know that? Does the other partner know that? And is that something that is going to lead you to emotional distress, which is potential emotional trauma? Okay, so if you know these and you keep on proceeding anyways, that's another thing. Would you want to be strapped with a baby with no mother or father? Ask yourself that. You have a baby and you don't have a mother to help support you, or you don't have a father to help support your child. And if you want to quote this through religion in the Bible and in Luke, it says, "Do to others as you would have them do to you."
Alright, my slide is over MLK reasoning. And MLK, in his letter that he wrote when he was in jail, he stated there are two different types of laws. The first one being a just law. This law is a man-made code that squares with the moral law or the law of God. Other law is unjust law. It is a human law that is not rooted in eternal law and natural law. MLK is saying that if you abide by God's law and live morally, then you are doing right. So, I pulled a Bible verse that talks about premarital sex. Now to the unmarried and the widows I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I am. But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion. So, it's saying that it is wrong to have premarital sex, and if you have to do that, then you should be married. So therefore, this verse shows that according to God and Christianity, premarital sex would be wrong in the eyes of MLK. So use his reasoning. His reasoning is stating that God's laws are the ones that are right and we should follow. So to be morally right, you should refrain from having sex before marriage.
My slide is about suicide rates dealing with premarital sex. Early sexual activities by our teenagers is a substantial factor to their well-being. AdHealth data reports 25.3% of teenagers report to be depressed, which leads them to feeling emptiness between each other, emptiness with their partners in relationships, and worthlessness, which are precursors to depression. A statistic for suicide for the girls are 14.3% and 6% for the boys who engage in early sexual activities. A poll ran by the National Campaign to Prevent Pregnancy asked each of them if they had wished to have waited longer to engage in sexual activities before marriage. 2/3 of them answered yes, they wished they had waited to engage in sexual activities before marriage. So if depression and early sexual activity are factors from early sexual activities before marriage, how is this good for them? How does this uplift the individual and the human personality for them?
Good morning, class. My name is Edric Mills, and today I'm going to be talking about religion, explaining how religion is against premarital sex. The foundation of every law is personal, protective, and protective of others. This law is a violation of which we call sin, or the laws that we govern in heaven. Violating these laws would result in a less presence and one will experience in heaven. Basically, talking about like Christianity's got laws too, but in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 7:2, basically talking about a husband should have his own wife and a woman should have her own husband. You can see how it's wrong. In Hebrews 13:4 is honoring your marriage. And just Christianity is in Buddhism too. In Buddhism, sex before marriage is a violation. The people for premarital sex in English is called fornication, isn't informed in the Bible. That because in the Bible it's called adultery. In Exodus 20:14, read that.
My name is Quinterius Moulton, and my topic is about STDs, and we're debating against premarital sex. Because of premarital sex, you are prone to several different diseases such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, hepatitis B, herpes, HIV, HPV, molluscum, crab, scabies, syphilis, and many more. These diseases can result in um, um, pelvic inflammatory problems, and they will attack the brain, heart, liver, and bones if left untreated. Uh, 6 in every 10 sexually active high school teens have reported to have a disease.
Premarital sex has many consequences. Pregnancy is one of them. In this slide, we will discuss one way to deal with an unplanned pregnancy: adoption. Giving the unexpected child up for adoption once it's born is a perfectly viable option, which have several possible consequences. Most children that enter the orphanage never find a home for themselves. Most of these children grow up never knowing their fathers and mothers, some finding a loving home, some a not so loving home, some never having a home at all. On average, there are roughly 428,000 children in foster care, over 670,000 in 2015 alone. However, only 140,000 children are adopted by American families each year. Some are lucky, being united with new families, most languishing within the foster care system for years to come. The average age of a child waiting for a home is 8 years old. 29% of these children will spend at least 3 years in foster care. Of the children in foster care or under the protection of the adoption agency, males outnumber the females by a large margin. African American children represent a large portion of children under the care of the adoption agency. Very few families in the U.S. have adopted, although over 1/3 of families have considered it. Almost 100 million Americans have been affected by adoption in some way within their immediate family. This can mean that a family member, close friend, were adopted, or themselves, or place a child up for adoption. They may have their reasons, but being they can't afford to raise a child or don't consider themselves a parental type of people, but this can cause issues for the new baby. One consequence of premarital sex is pregnancy. In this slide, we will discuss another way to deal with an unplanned pregnancy: abortion. Having an abortion means a child, while still inside the womb, is terminated. Conservatives would call abortion murder, some saying that once the fetus contains heart, it is in fact alive. Having an abortion can be a traumatizing experience for the mother, be it physical or emotional. Women who were almost mothers may remember every detail about the day their child was aborted. They could regret going into the clinic, wishing they had the child instead. The abortion could have failed, leaving the disgusting remains of a fetus inside. And if the child were to be born, it might come out misshapen. It could also damage the female body, making it so that she could never have another child of her own. And this could also be detrimental to her health, causing her to be hospitalized for weeks or even die from her injuries sustained in the abortion.
Hey, it's Jonah again, and I'll be talking about the benefits of marital sex. And in this PowerPoint, we talk a lot about the precautions and, how the effects of premarital sex is and, how terrible it is. But we're going to talk about the benefits of marital sex. According to WebMD, it's very common for couples to have sex before marriage. But a new study shows that couples who wait until marriage are happier with the quality of sex than the couples who have intercourse before their vows. So here are some of the topics that we listed for benefits. Developing relationship skills. Prioritizing sex at start of relationship may not be optimal. Rated sex quality 15% higher than people who had premarital sex. They also rated relationship stability at 22% higher, and the satisfaction with the relationship 20% higher.
Hello, my name is Michael Turman. And in the conclusion of premarital sex is a subject that should be taken seriously. The golden rule, as it states, treats others as oneself should be treated as others. The second is religion, as it is a sin to have sex before marriage. For suicide rates caused by depression that leads them to suicide, how is this uplifting the individual's human personality? Abortion, which can lead up to detrimental mental health issues, failed abortion, and potential health risk. Adoption, 100 million Americans have been affected by adoption. STDs and all other diseases have been affected for premarital sex. The MLK reasoning states that you should abide God's law. And the slide prior, marital sex.